All right, guys, so this is the members only inside take on how to play shallow. And I'm going to show you each part individually, and then I'm going to go into a little bit more detail than I did on the first video on how exactly I'm playing that. So the first part sounds like this. We go through three different chords there. The first chord is an E minor 7, but all you have to do to play it in this song is hold the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. We're going to then use over here my thumb to play the bass notes, open 6th string twice, then play that 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then the open 3rd string. So now I like to use my thumb and kind of dance it around between the 6th string and the 3rd string there. You could also use your fingers and use your middle finger for the 2nd string and your index finger for the 3rd string. I just prefer the feel of moving my thumb. It's a little bit different than most finger stylists would play it, but that's the way I like to do it. So that's your E minor 7. The next chord we need to change to is a D F sharp. We're going to leave our ring finger down holding that 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Our middle finger is going to come up. Actually, let's use our index finger. We use our index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. I'm bringing my thumb over the top to hold down the 2nd fret of the 6th string. Now, some of my students, their hand's not quite big enough to do this, so in that case, you would want to use your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and use your index finger to hold down the 2nd fret of the 6th string. Either way works, going to sound the same. Either that or the sound is exactly the same. So either way you want to hold it. It's called a D F sharp. We're playing a D chord, and then the note we're playing on the 6th string is an F sharp note, so that's why it's called a D F sharp. Over here on my right hand, I'm going to be using my thumb to play the bass note on the 2nd fret. And when I hit the 2 strings together, the third string and the 2nd string, I'm going to use my middle on my 2nd string and my index on my 3rd string and pluck them together. The motion is going to be like a trigger, pulling towards the palm of my hand, whereas my thumb is going to be basically going straight down towards the floor. So that action is... I also have my little finger kicked out, touching the top, just to bridge my hand, so I have an anchor. That's the D F sharp part. Then we're going to go to a G5. G5, again, it's going to be the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. I'm going to add the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And on my right hand, I'm going to be plucking the 2nd string, the 3rd string, and the 6th, all at the same time. That's called piano chording. It's just like you walked up to a piano and you hit 3 notes on the keyboard, 3 notes at the same time. All right, so this part again slowly. They play this part a lot in the song, so make sure you have it down. Alright, the next part is based on a C chord. It goes like this. A lot of picking there, not a lot of motion on my left hand. We're going to set that up by using the ring finger, 3rd fret of the 5th string, index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and we're going to play through those 3 notes, 5th string, 3rd string, 2nd string. I'm going to change the note on the 2nd string to the 3rd fret with my little finger, turning this chord into a C add 9, and we're going to play then 2nd string with the 3rd fret, open 3rd string, 5th string. So that whole part was... So I plucked the 2nd string twice. One on the 1st fret, then on the 3rd fret. Then we go to the 1st string open, and then 2nd string, 3rd fret. So together. And then we go to our next measure. Next measure is going to be a G5. G5 here is going to be 3rd fret of both the 1st and 2nd strings, 3rd fret of the 6th string. So everybody's on 3. Then we're going to include the open 3rd string. It's a G chord. We're going to play the bass note on the 6th string, 3rd fret with the thumb. And then these first 3 strings, I'm going to play with 3 fingers, index, middle, and ring, all together. And just pluck them. So that's our G5 sound. Shifting to a D5, which will be 3rd fret of the 2nd string, 2nd fret of the 3rd, open 4th string. Going to pluck all those together. And then we're going to do an open, hammer onto 2, back to open on the 1st string, so it's open, 2 open. And then 3rd fret of the 2nd string, 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And that's the fancy part at the end. So that whole last measure with the G5 and the D5 sounds like this. G5, D, and then I do encourage you to make sure you have the tablature in front of you. So print it out. It's a PDF file. Should be able to print that. You could put it on a screen, but I think it's a little bit easier to have the paper in front of you. So the whole part should sound like this from the beginning. So that first measure is the first measure that we play and the last measure we play. Then when we loop it, we play it again. Right, make sure that you check out the video. I hope you like the movie as well. Love this song. And stay tuned. I'm getting ready to cover the chorus. We're going to do that part with a pick. All right, so guys, we're going to cover the chorus here. We're going to be using a pick, so we'll be strumming it, so we're going to hold complete chords on this. So our first chord, A minor, if you remember, is the open first string and open fifth string. The two middle strings are at the second fret, and the second string will be at the first fret. That's our A minor chord. The second chord is going to be a D F sharp. A little bit of a trick here. We're going to hold our basic D, which is second fret of the first and third strings, third fret of the second string, and the open fourth string. The tricky part is I'm bringing my thumb around to hold down the second fret of your sixth string, and I'm letting the tip of my thumb just touch the fifth string to mute it. So when I strum all six strings, we don't hear the fifth string. That's a D F sharp. Now you can play this chord without thumbing it, but in my opinion it's a little bit more difficult, but if you can't thumb it, you can't thumb it. In that case, we'd be holding the D shape with our middle, ring, and little fingers, using our index finger to hold down the sixth string and mute the fifth. The effect will be the same, it's just using your fingers differently. I like using my thumb over the top, so that's the way I'll be playing it today. Next chord is going to be a G. It's going to be the third first string, that's the third fret of the first string, third fret of the second, third fret of the sixth. We're going to be using the open third and fourth strings, and second fret of the fifth string. So that's a G chord, and then back to our D F sharp. Then we have an E minor chord. E minor is second fret of both the fourth string and the fifth string. All other strings open, all six strings. So the chords again are A minor, D F sharp, G, and then we'll have an E minor in there. All right, so let me play it for you. The strumming pattern for most of these measures will be down, down, up, down, up. So like this, down, down, up, down, up. All right? Make sure you're striking the correct strings. On the A minor, we don't hit the sixth string. Have your tab sheet in front of you, and make sure we're getting ready to play this correctly, slowly. A minor, down, down, up, down, up. I should note that on your chord sheet underneath you've got little shapes. One looks like a staple, that's for a down strum, and the other looks like a V, that's for an up strum. So that's what those indicate, strumming direction. All right, so A minor, down, down, up, down, up, and then we'll go to D F sharp, down, down, up, down, up. Make sure that you are muting your fifth string, either way you're holding this chord, and then G, down, down, up, D F sharp, down, down, up. That measure was a little bit different because we changed chords in the middle of it. So it was down, down, up on measure 3 of the chorus. And then E minor, down, down, up, down, up. Back into the A minor. So I'll play through it in its entirety slow on the chorus. And to speed. And that was Shallow from the soundtrack of Star is Born. I hope you enjoyed this. And make sure you check out everything else we have at Guitar Animal. Lots of new stuff coming up. And hey, comments section, let us know what you're thinking about this. If you have particular songs that you like or you think you'd like us to cover, let us know. I can't promise to cover them all, but I will look at every one you send me.